And welcome back to Sports the NEMO Way, the Tampa Bay Bucks edition. And no, sadly, we do not have a Buccaneers fan here today.
Yeah, I'll cry a tear for that later.
Yeah, but we might have just made fun of the Bucks fan because it was hard to find great players. But anyway. All right, Drew, who's your number 4?
My number 4 is Mike Evans.
Oh, Mike Evans is not on my list.
No.
Nope.
He's
all right.
No,
He got kicked out of an NFL game today.
Yeah.
he did.
And his answer to it after the game was, "That's Tom Brady. What'd you expect me to do?"
Oh, jeez.
All right. So what you got about Mike Evans?
He's a 4-time Pro Bowler. He's a 1-time All-Pro. He's got a Super Bowl. And for his career, he's got 9,000 yards and 8 seasons. So every year of his career, he's had over 1,000 yards and he's 76 touchdowns for his career. And I mean, for the Bucks, he's on one of their Super Bowl teams, so he has that. They've won their franchise, I thought, with 8 years, and he's already over 9,000 yards. I thought it was a solid 4 spot.
Well, fair enough. I mean, you did pick a. Is he there? Where's he on their all-time receiving list? You know?
He's a leader, I think.
Yeah, I think he's the leader, yeah.
Yeah, because
Oh, he's
I got written down.
in all 3 categories, or just?
Maybe in yards.
I'm pretty sure he is in yards. I'm not sure in the other 2.
All right, I'm looking it up. Sorry. All right, let's do this. Mike Evans is the all-time leader in yards by 4,000 yards.
You know, see, I didn't even have a receiver that I researched on my list. Not one.
The only good one I can remember is Keyshawn Johnson, but he split his career up with a bunch of different
Keyshawn
teams.
played there. Vincent Jackson was good for a while, and Joey Galloway played there, but they all only played there a few years.
Yeah.
So didn't Vincent Jackson's best years come in San Diego? And then he signed a contract with the Buccaneers and did all right for a year or 2, and then it was over.
Yeah, but for 4,000 yards. He's the all-time leader by 4,000 yards, and he's only played 8 years. Like that's weird. I mean, whatever. I mean, good for him.
Yeah.
In receptions, he is the all-time leader by almost 200. And in touchdowns, he is the all-time leader by 42.
Wow.
I really don't have
He's
much.
the best receiver they've had.
Yeah.
Cameron Brate, who was their 3rd-string tight end last year, is 3rd all-time in touchdowns in Tampa Bay history.
What? Holy cow.
Well, they won their first Super Bowl on defense.
And defense and
Yeah.
running the ball.
Wow.
That's insane.
It's one of those things where
Rob Gronkowski is 20th all-time in touchdowns in their team's history.
he played there for, 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has 13 touchdowns.
Jeez.
Way to go, Buccaneers.
Wow. All right. Well, that pick wasn't as bad as I thought it was, Drew. Like,
Yeah.
he's the all-time leader in all receiving categories by a landslide in all the categories.
Yeah.
And it's not like they have somebody else in their team that's, like, balling out. I mean,
Yeah, it's going to be a while.
yeah. So, and as long as he stays healthy, he should still put up numbers. I mean, he was having a good game today before he got ejected. So, all right. And nobody else had Evans, right?
Nope.
All right. So, Wade, you got a 4?
I put John Lynch.
He is my number 4.
He would have been probably my 5.
Yeah, he was my 5.
Yeah, he just recently got into the Hall of Fame. Has 9 Pro Bowls. Won a Super Bowl there. Has a couple first-team All-Pros.
He's at 4 total.
4 total. Really just known as one of the hardest hitters in NFL history. He came downhill and knocked you out.
Couldn't play today.
He was a hammer. He was an absolute hammer. I mean, he has over 1,000 tackles as a safety. And yeah, that was his job. He enforced, and he had 26 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he was at least making some things happen back there.
16 forced fumbles. He has 13 sacks.
But yeah, he was known as a intimidator. He was a hard-hitting safety that rode that all the way to a Super Bowl ring and a Hall of Fame jacket.
Well, I mean, he he was part of the defense that made the Tampa 2 stupidly famous. And
that Super Bowl team is probably one of the 5 greatest defenses we've ever seen. I mean, as far as just year by year.
yeah,
You got
that team was dominant.
You got the 85 Bears, you got the 2000 Ravens, you got this team, you got the 70 Steelers. I mean, they're in that category. They were elite. They were.
Well, that must have been another one. They slowed down the Greatest Show on Turf to what, like 13 points in that.
Why?
Yes, we know you won because they had what, Brad Johnson at quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, he got a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, but the year he won the Super Bowl, I'm pretty sure he threw 26 picks.
Maybe.
I mean, let me look. What
Wow.
year did they win the Super Bowl? Do we know?
02?
It was in between the Patriots Super Bowls, maybe.
Yeah,
So,
it was 02 because Patriots won it.
Yeah, it was 02. It was 02. You're right. I had to click on the playoff thing.
I guess tricky sometimes. Sometimes they'll list the season. Sometimes they'll list the year the Super Bowl was played.
Right, and it's different.
Yeah. So sometimes you'll get different answers at different websites.
Yeah, usually it's just how much
Yeah.
they want clickbait.
Most of the time, I'm guessing most of the people we're going to talk about tonight were all on that Super Bowl team. There might be 1 or 2 exceptions, but I mean that team was loaded.
All right, so it appears I was off by a year, if this is correct. If they won it in 02, he threw 22 touchdowns and 6 picks that year.
So that
And
was
the
good.
in the next year with Tampa Bay, he threw a whole bunch of picks. If that was, yeah, I don't know,
How many he threw?
21.
So 22 and 6 though was good the year before.
Yeah, Warren Sapp probably came to his house and said, "Start taking care of the ball, bro."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I always really liked. Actually, I really liked this team.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This team was because John Lynch is just a piece, man. John Lynch, Rondé Barber, Derek Brooks, Warren Sapp, Wayne Simeon.
Simeon Rice.
Simeon Rice. I mean, sorry, yeah, Simeon Rice. Booger McFarland.
Booger.
You know, these are all starters on that defense.
They were nuts. They were loaded. They honestly probably should have won more than 1 Super Bowl. Kind of like the 85 Bears, well, and the 2000 Ravens. Yeah, they had these phenomenal defenses, and then sometimes you look back and you think that maybe they should have gotten a little more out of them.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I thought their biggest mistake, and Uncle Doug, you can tell me what you think. You might be the only one here that can remember this. I remember Ray, I guess. But I thought their biggest mistake was playing Brad Johnson. I thought they should have continued to play Sean King, who didn't he win Rookie of the year before they won the Super Bowl, and then they benched him and put Brad Johnson in.
Yeah.
Now they won a Super Bowl that year, so it kind of looked good, but then they fell apart after that, and Brad Johnson was part of the reason they fell apart. You know who the defensive line coach was for this team? Or defensive backs coach, I mean? Mike Tomlin.
Okay.
That's cool. I didn't know that. He was on the staff. Let's look at old Sean King here. I liked Sean King. I was a kid at this point, so I'm not like a QB guru. I was like breaking down
He
film.
was decent.
I liked Sean King. Ta-dum. Sean King in 2000, they went 10-6. He threw 2,800 yards and 18 touchdowns. Maybe not as great as I remember, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like with a team that loaded, you should be able to get a serviceable quarterback.
Yeah.
I had the same the question about the stupid 2000 Ravens team. You couldn't get somebody better than Dilfer. And Dilfer was better earlier in his career. Right. That was the very end of Dilfer's career. Dilfer was a serviceable guy earlier in his career.
Correct me if I'm wrong. They won the Super Bowl with Dilfer, and they replaced him with Elvis Grbac, and Grbac sucked.
Yes.
Yeah, and then they went through a myriad of quarterbacks there because they were bringing in McNair, and then they end up they were trying.
I think McNair was later on. But
was it later on?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we need to get back to the Bucs. So John Lynch only got 2. Only 2 of us had John Lynch.
Yeah.
All right. Who else has a 4?
I do.
All right, Uncle Doug.
Rondé Barber.
Rondé Barber is my number 3.
He's my number 3.
He's my number 3.
He's also my number 3.
Holy cow, that's unanimous.
Right.
Nice Rondé.
All right. Good deal.
Yeah, I liked old Rondé.
Yeah, absolutely.
He had 5 Pro Bowls, not as many as John, but he had more All-Pros. He had 5 All-Pros as well. 47 interceptions, 8 TDs, 15 forced fumbles, 4 TDs from fumbles, 8 from interceptions. We had 12 altogether. 1,200 tackles, 88 tackles for loss.
That was the one that got me. Was he has 1,200 tackles
Right.
from the corner spot?
Yeah, he was amazing.
Yeah.
So that's why I put him over John.
No, that's fair.
No, he was ahead of John Lynch in mine. They just both made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're 4 and 3.
So yeah, I got somebody coming up that I'm sure you guys don't have. So.
I'm going to assume that both my guys made your all's list. My 1 and 2.
I would guess.
I
yeah.
would guess
But
so.
I don't know. I don't feel too horribly comfortable with this franchise. So, unlike Lynch, Barber played his entire career in Tampa Bay. Lynch left for like the last 3 years and went to Denver. Barber played 16 seasons in Tampa Bay.
Played a long time. He's very consistent and very durable and extremely versatile defensive back.
Mhm.
Do a lot of good stuff on the football field for you.
Yeah, all 2000s team. Good player.
How old is Tampa Bay as a team? Anybody know?
Oh, I don't know.
That I don't.
70s or 80s when they came in.
in 76, I believe.
Let me see.
Came into the Bears division.
So.
So they've been around a hot minute. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been around for a while. They weren't good in the beginning.
All right. Well, does anybody have a 4 left?
I do.
Oh, Ray does. Okay, go ahead, Ray.
I went with a wild card as usual.
Oh boy.
Leroy
surprised.
Selman.
Oh yeah, Leroy's my number 3.
Is he? Oh,
Yes.
sweet.
Oh boy.
6-time Pro Bowl, 1-time All-Pro. He is in the Hall of Fame. 10 fumble recoveries, 1 defensive TD, which also always pokes out to me. 78.5 sacks, and he is the All-80s team and Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, he had a defensive player of the year, and he was the Bucks' first draft pick.
First draft. That was 1976.
Yeah, he was an
Draft.
amazing defensive lineman. Came out of, I believe, Oklahoma, and he was good.
Yes, he did come out of Oklahoma. Yeah, he was on the All-80s team. He has a Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Yep.
So his Defensive Player of the Year came in a year when he had, well, we don't have tackles. So
Yeah, that was part of the problem.
and he had 11 sacks, but that's all I know. All right. Well, does anybody else have anything to? Oh, Uncle Doug, you had him as well.
Yep.
Who
He was my number 3 as well.
Okay. All righty. Well, anybody else have anything to add on old Leroy before we move on?
Yeah.
Just the original Buck.
Yeah.
All right. So that's no number 4s left. Does anybody have a 3 left?
I don't.
Nope.
No, I don't.
Mm.
All right. So now we move to number 2s. I'll go ahead and say one. My number 2 is Warren Sapp.
That's my
Ooh.
number 2.
He's my number 2.
My number 2.
My number 1.
Okay. Another unanimous.
We're going to argue about spot number 4 again. Here we go.
I hope we all had the last one.
Yeah, I think we probably do.
All right. Well, Mr. Warren Sapp. I actually have a Warren Sapp jersey.
Oh,
That's how
nice.
much I liked Warren Sapp back in the day. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's a 7-time Pro Bowler. He's a 6-time All-Pro. He is a Super Bowl champ. He's on the All-90s and All-2000s teams. He has a Defensive Player of the Year. And before Aaron Donald came around, when I thought of defensive tackles getting sacks, Warren Sapp is who came to my mind. He has 96.5 career sacks, which is a pretty good number for a defensive tackle. Like 578 tackles, 91 for loss. He has 19 forced fumbles. He did not return any of them for touchdown, but he does have 4 interceptions, and he returned one of them for a touchdown.
Yep.
Yeah.
Out of the defensive tackle spot. And Warren Sapp was a really nice athlete for a guy that weighed 300 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
It's also extremely mouthy and entertaining. And his rivalry with Brett Favre was hilarious.
Yes.
They would just talk shit back and forth throughout the game, and it was very funny.
And one of my all-time favorite commercials is a Warren Sapp commercial. When they first come out with the Nike shoes that had the springs in the back, it was a Warren Sapp commercial, and he was trying to dunk over the goal post. And he went and put the shoes on, and they kept putting this boing sound effect on every time he jumped trying to dunk over the goalpost. But even with his shoes, he couldn't do it. And it was just so funny to watch him keep trying to dunk on the goalpost. I hadn't thought of that commercial in a long time. You know, as somebody that is like as famous and as loud and as boisterous and on TV all the time as him, he has no nickname on here.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty shocking.
Huh.
I would think Warren Sapp had a nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't think of any, though.
I also don't really remember him playing in Oakland for 4 years.
Oh, no, I don't remember that either. I knew he left, but I didn't remember going to Oakland.
But, yeah, we're talking about a defensive tackle that had a 16.5 sack season. It's pretty, weighing over 300 pounds. What Aaron Donald weigh?
Like 290, 295.
Oh, is he that heavy? I didn't think he was.
Something like that.
Alrighty, yeah. All right. Well, does anybody have a 2 left?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, Ray does. Okay, sorry, Ray.
My number 2 is Derek Brooks.
He's my number 1.
That's
Number
my
one.
Okay. So there's another unanimous.
Another unanimous.
All right.
So 3 unanimous again.
My lord.
Well, we've had back-to-back weeks where we've almost went unanimous, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, so would you like to talk about Derek Brooks there, Ray?
Sure. He's got a title. He's got 11-time Pro Bowl, 5-time All-Pro. He is in the Hall of Fame. 25 interceptions, 4 fumble recoveries, and a whopping 1,713 tackles. With six defensive touchdowns and 13.5 sacks, with a Defensive Player of the Year and 24 forced fumbles. So yeah,
I just wanted to make this correction again, Ray. He has 9 All-Pros. 5 of them are first team.
wait a minute. Well, then what am I getting off of? What website are you on?
Football Reference usually just lists.
The first team.
They only
The
list
first
first
team.
teams.
Yeah.
You have to go into the numbers to find the second team ones.
Yeah.
Oh,
I always
I
list
don't
them
know then.
separate, so
Yeah,
it's like
but-
5 firsts and he's got 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, well
They do some strange things.
then, yeah.
Yeah, it's not as good as NBA
No,
or
it is not.
Basketball Reference. It's really not. Oh, by the way, guys, I know it's something we talk about a lot when we talk about baseball, but we haven't for a while. But I heard a bunch of Prime Media members tear into WAR the other day. And I was like, it's starting to come around. People are like, because they might as well make the MVP award right now the WAR award, because it's whoever has the most WAR that season wins the award every year and has for like the last decade. So it's like, but they were, anyway, I don't want to get into it, but people are starting to come to our side, guys.
Thank God. We're glad y'all listen to the podcast.
That's right. But Derek Brooks, like I said, 1,700 tackles. Whew, it's a big number.
That's a big number.
He had 5 seasons in his career where he had over 100 solo tackles. He led the league in tackles once, led the league in solo tackles 3 times. He returned 3 interceptions for touchdown in one season one time.
In one season?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's good shit.
Yep. He has 7 career touchdowns. All right. He has 25 interceptions. That's like more than John Lynch. All right. Well, that's everybody's number one, right? Nobody else has any no number ones left.
Nope.
Yep,
All right, so we're done.
We're done, yeah.
So we only have 6 guys, and 3 of them are unanimous.
Yep.
So Derek Brooks is on the list. Warren Sapp is on the list, and Rondé Barber is on the list. So we have 3 guys for 1 spot: Mike Evans, John Lynch, and Leroy Selman. Selman and Lynch each have 2, and Mike Evans has 1 as far as votes go. Sorry, I didn't specify. And I have to say, Drew, that Mike Evans isn't in the hall, and the other 2 are.
Mike Evans is so funny.
Well, see, I was going to make a suggestion here. Because me and Doug here's got Selman. You 2 got Lynch, you and Wade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Odd man out.
Have him vote.
Have him vote.
You're the man, Drew.
So we're just
You're on the
saying,
spot.
give up your player, but you get to pick who wins.
That's
Yeah.
right. You got to give up Evans.
know
but
that
you
means,
get to pick the
Alex.
winner.
You and me always lose this.
Every
We
time.
always lose. It's usually him fucking us.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
Why do you think I made the suggestion?
Mm.
I'll be fine with that.
All right, so Mike Evans has been eliminated, and Drew will now write down his board the winner of the number 4 spot, either Leroy Selman or John Lynch.
If it's Selman, I'm going to quit agreeing to the boards. Even though I think it might have been my idea.
I think it was,
It
actually.
was your idea.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Don't pick too fast. Take your time. We
I am.
we can fill some time.
I'm actually-
Do some research, Drew. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just closed my computer, so I can't help.
Imagine that.
Throwing shade here, Ray. All right.
Oh, God.
You got your answer, Drew, or no?
I do have my answer.
All right.
Put Selman on the fucking board.
All right, let's reveal.
It's Lynch.
Yeah! John Lynch.
Wow.
My 4. So, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Mount Rushmore are as
I
follows.
pressure you now.
No, I was thinking in my head, so Ray's going to do this. I decided in my head before all this that I would pick Lynch if it came down to it. I knew Ray would say, you're the odd man out, so pick.
I'm glad you're starting to come around on my way of thinking here, Drew.
Ray, you just remember that when you're the odd man out.
Oh, I do every time, and I always vote my own way.
Away from me and Wade.
That's right.
That is usually true.
All right, so the Mount Rushmore for the Tampa Bay Bucks are as follows. Linebacker, Derek Brooks. Defensive tackle, Warren Sapp. Cornerback, Rondé Barber. And safety, John Lynch. So we have a myriad of positions there. All defense, no offensive players. And if he would have picked Selman, also a defensive player.
Right, all defense.
So we didn't really have any offensive guys other than Drew's pick of Mike Evans today, which I'm still not sure whether he's great or the Bucs just really suck at receiver. But he is the best receiver. They all 4 played together on the same team for quite a few years there, and yeah, so. That it will end our Tampa Bay Buccaneers portion of this episode and move us into trivia. Drew?
In 1985, 2 running backs had over 1,000 receiving yards. Who are they?
85, you said?
Yep.
Wow. I don't know. Like, I can't even come up with a 80s running back that was a big-time receiver.
No.
When I think of big-time receiving guys, most of them are in the 2000s. A couple in the 90s, but ouch. Because there's 2 of them?
Yep, 2 of them. Same season.
Wow.
Well, you still got Bortles written on the back of your board.
Might as well be my second vote. Again.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah.
Oh. Feel good about it?
Yeah.
All right.
What year?
85.
Well, I'm glad that the rest of you are struggling about as bad as I am, because this has got me stumped.
I don't know. The second one's kind
I got 2 guesses.
All right, I got 2 names down.
Well,
I won't even call them guesses.
Yeah.
One of them I feel all right about, the other one I don't. Is that everybody?
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
All right, I got Craig and Peyton.
I have Craig and Peyton.
I put Craig and Warner.
Okay.
I don't have nothing. I couldn't think of anything.
Well, you guys got Craig right,
Yeah.
but it's Lionel James.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
But like I said, once I remembered Craig, I was like, Craig did have a good receiving career. Might be him.
good
Yeah.
receiver.
All right. This game's starting to get away from you, Drew.
Yeah, I know. If we can score on this drive, we'll be all right.
Still have a better record than the Colts.
Hey, they can score on this drive. At least it was like a touchdown. It's still only a 10-point game. A lot of time to go, but they have to score this drive.
Has Fields
Yeah.
turned the ball over?
Nope. They're just the first drive they marched down. Then after that, they've had 3 straight 3-and-outs.
Packers have a lot of good defensive players, though.
They do. All right, who would like to go next?
I can go. That's fine. I think I wrote one down. Just an idea. All right. There are 3 people in NFL history to catch a pass after the age of 40. Who are they?
All 3 of them?
I know them all, Wade. I'm really confident about this too.
It's pretty funny.
It is. One's pretty obvious, and then the other 2.
Yeah. I'm surprised this isn't more like. I'll talk about it after.
Yeah, don't ruin it.
No, please do.
No. It's a good pocket, Fields. We gotta get rid of the ball.
Get rid of it. Ah, 3rd down.
And you said name 3 players that has caught a
Pass
pass.
after the age of 40.
Okay.
Whatever.
I'll go first.
I got answers.
Yeah.
Couldn't just ask for one, Wade.
All right, I got answers.
Well, everyone knows the one.
All right, you ready? Jerry Rice, Brett Favre, and Tom Brady.
Hmm.
I said Jerry Rice, Tom Brady, and Peyton Manning.
Ooh.
That's the same 3 I said.
All right.
I said Jerry Rice, Gates, and Gonzalez.
Nah, Drew got it.
Brett did it after 40 as well, huh?
Brett and Tom Brady both caught passes from themselves. And then
Oh.
Jerry Rice, obviously.
Oh, my God.
Oh
I
yeah.
thought maybe old Peyton might have snuck one in there.
Give me another point.
I don't know if he actually played those 40-year-old season. I honestly don't know. I don't know if he retired like at 39 or.
Wade.
Look that up.
Drew is extending his lead.
That's all right. Someone else needs to win one.
Oh, a pot shot.
That's all right.
So me next.
Sure.
All right. Tampa Bay Buccaneers came in 76. What division did they play in?
Sorry, repeat the question. I'm sorry.
Okay, the first year in the league, 1976. What division did they play in?
Hopefully the obvious answer is the right one.
All right, I got a guess. Purely a guess.
I got an answer. I'm trying to look up how old Peyton Manning was when he retired. He was. Yeah, he was 39. So he missed 40 by a year.
Jeez.
Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I put NFC East.
NFC Central.
AFC South.
I said East.
It was the AFC West.
Ooh.
Oh.
The AFC West?
They came in for 1 year. Remember, came in with Seattle.
Yeah, they came with Seattle.
In the
Oh.
very
I knew
first
that.
year, they put Tampa Bay in the AFC West, and Seattle was in the NFC Central or whatever.
And then they flipped.
And then they flipped them, and Tampa Bay went with the Bears, and the Seahawks went to the AFC
with the Steelers.
West, where they were for years.
Well, I mean,
And then they switched them back to the NFC later.
it just doesn't make any sense to have Tampa Bay in the West, no matter which division.
Oh, I
they're
know.
in.
But
The
yeah,
West.
and they had them
Yeah.
in AFC West. It was crazy. And then like I said, then they went to the Drew's Bears division.
Yeah, that's what I was guessing. I thought your trick question because now it's called the North, but it was the Central when they had the
Right.
3. That's why I put.
Yeah.
All right. Ray, you got one, buddy?
Yeah. Okay. Which was the last team to start the season 0-2 and win the Super Bowl?
Ooh.
I feel like this was talked about recently.
I'm sure it was.
Last team to go
I
0-2.
just don't remember what it was talked about. 0-2 in the Super Bowl.
Let's see. Yeah, probably about 5 days ago on First Take.
All right, I got an answer.
I got an answer.
Can't think.
I like the question, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, very good question.
Does anybody feel good about their answer?
No.
No.
I can't even think of teams that won the Super Bowl. I'm just drawing blanks here.
All right, yeah, I gotta guess.
All right, I wrote something down.
I said the Chiefs.
Put 2000 Ravens.
But the Packers.
I said the Steelers.
Correct answer is the 2007 Giants.
Oh.
Oh.
That makes sense because
Yeah.
they made it like the wild card and stuff. So
No, you were talking about First Take, so I was like, oh, it's probably a Chiefs thing.
Yeah.
Actually, they
but
thought-
Mahomes doesn't lose in September, Alex.
That's
September is his month.
You're thinking about
That's not
first things first.
Oh yeah, first things first. Yeah, but that's not true because the Patriots blew the Chiefs out the first game of the season a couple years ago.
What was it? Was that with Alex Smith though?
I don't know, but it was a rematch of the
it
AFC
was.
Championship game or whatever. I'm pretty sure Mahomes was there.
Oh. Well, I know Alex Smith blew him out a handful of years ago. It was like his last year he started. It was like what year? I don't know. Don't matter.
Yeah. All right. So is that just me now?
Yeah.
All right. So I get no points this week.
Huh?
All right. In 1987, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traded away a quarterback for a second and fourth round, future second and fourth round picks. What quarterback did they trade away that went on to become a Hall of Famer?
Say what year?
87.
87.
I've
Oh my
seen
gosh.
this.
Well, there's
I have an
another
answer.
question mark.
Oh.
Feel good about your answer, Wade?
Yeah, but there's another guy that I'm trying to think if he's in the Hall of Fame, but if he is, it's ridiculous.
I will say this. This guy could have rewrote Tampa Bay Bucks history, I believe.
I'm not feeling good about my answer.
Got an answer.
I will say this. If this guy would have stayed and played the quarterback, somebody else would have had more than 9,000 yards.
Oh, well, yeah. Someone.
All right, I think I know who this is now.
If I said too much.
Well, the only thing that really kind of helped me was the year, like, because I'm trying to put together what years they were. Okay.
Is that everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what we got?
I said Doug Williams.
Steve Young.
Steve Young.
Riddler symbol.
It is Steve Young.
Yeah. I forgot he was a Buck.
Steve Young, I think, is also the only left-handed quarterback in the Hall of Fame.
Ah.
Oh, wow.
See, I thought about Doug Williams, and I knew he went on to win a Super Bowl with the Redskins. And I'm like,
Right.
did he squeak in the Hall of Fame because he won a Super
I
Bowl?
don't know.
I didn't.
I can't remember either.
And he was-
I forgot Steve Young played for the Bucks.
That's huge.
And he was the first, African American quarterback to win a Super Bowl. So I didn't know if,
Doug was good. But
if he got in the Hall of Fame.
of course, Steve Young started in the USFL
Mm-hmm.
with LA.
He played at BYU.
Yes, he came from BYU.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
And before we get off I wanted to do this earlier, but before we get off the Bucks, one person I wanted to mention that I don't have very many offensive guys I even looked at, but one was Mike Allstott.
I did
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I looked at Mike
Yep.
Allstott as well.
I mean, he did have 6 Pro Bowls, 4 All-Pros. He was on that Super Bowl team, so he was in with all the rest of those guys. 5,000 rushing yards and 58 TDs, 300 receptions, 2,200 receiving yards with the 300 receptions, and another 13 TDs. So
Out of the
Allstott-
fullback position.
Yeah, out of the fullback position.
Yeah.
But when a fullback is one of your higher offensive guys,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Warwick Dunn was pretty good for them too for a while. He had like 10,000 yards, but
Mm-hmm. Running behind Mike Allstott.
right, yeah. So I at least wanted to give a shout out to Allstott.
Allstott was always one of my favorite of mine.
Bob likes him a lot. Bob talks about him all the time.
Yeah.
All right. After this week's tallies, the points for trivia are as follows. Drew, still in first place, extended his lead by one this week with 26. Wade still in second place with 24. Uncle Doug with 19. Alex with 10. Guest 6 and Ray 4.
Come on, Ray.
Another week without a guest, and Ray didn't take advantage of it.
We're letting Drew get away from us.
Yeah, that's happening too.
Good job, Drew.
Wade will shoot a 3-pointer here in about a couple weeks. Just
I
wait.
hope so.
Dude, I need about a 20-pointer.
Just to be in contention.
What was that shit they used to play on MTV all the time? That basketball shit where they had like the 3-point and the 50-point basket stuff. I forget what that was called. But that's what I need. I need
I
like
don't
a
know.
I don't know.
MTV played basketball, huh?
Yeah, it was like trampolines and shit.
Oh, they're
I
coming
do
back with
remember that.
trampoline basketball too, right?
Come on, slam ball?
Yeah.
Slam ball was awesome, but I don't remember there being a 50-pointer.
Yeah, because they added it. They had the 25-point because they lowered the second basket from the roof down. They had like 2 different baskets.
Slam ball.
Now, slam ball was legit.
Yeah.
I used to love slam ball.
They were dunking the shit out that ball.
And you don't shoot free throws. You get a dunk off where you get to run from the top of the key and try and dunk off the trampoline, but there's a guy standing down there that gets to go up after your shot. It's one-on-one, and they always slammed into each other and go flying, and that guy still has to try and dunk it. Yeah,
That was a good time.
it was fun. I was bummed when they got rid of it.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks for tuning in to our Tampa Bay Bucks episode, and we would appreciate you tuning in next week for our New Orleans Saints episode. And thanks for tuning in to Sports the NEMO Way.